Uptown Melody, created by Bronx native singer-songwriter Ayanna Williams, also known as Ayanna the Singer, is a platform dedicated to highlighting Bronx and Uptown creatives through dynamic live music events and artist development workshops. It is a Black and Latinx-owned business celebrating the diversity of the arts and culture of the Bronx. Ayanna joins us now to tell us the upcoming events happening this month. Welcome, Ayanna. Busy
Hi,
month.
yes, thank you for having me. It feels good to be back at BronxNet.
Yeah, well, welcome back. It's my first time getting to chat with you, and I know there's so much to discuss, but
A lot.
I want to start but I want to start off with you are a Bronx native, so tell us a little bit about obviously being from the borough, how that has influenced you in your music
Yeah, no, born and raised in the Bronx, from the Bronx, still in the Bronx, and I love the Bronx. I think we are filled with so much culture, so much vibrancy, so much style, and honestly, I think we've had a cultural impact on a global scale for a very long time. I mean, just being the birthplace of hip hop alone and seeing where hip hop has gone, you could see like what we create when we're having fun, when we're together, when we're a community, how it could just expand and just tap into a larger demographic. So I love being a Bronx native. I think we're dope, and I'm happy to create events right here in the Bronx and Uptown area.
Yeah, now I know there are so many things happening coming up as well, and so much that you've been doing as well.
Yeah.
But I want to start off, I know you have Uptown Melody, but before that as well, you have been performing over 15 years. You know, how important was it to build up this foundation of Ayanna the Singer before building up something like Uptown Melody as well?
Very important, because truly it's the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being a performer for a very long time has given me so many skills and has given me a better understanding of what it's like to be a creative and an artist. And everything I've learned, I've been able to apply to like other fields and other work areas. I started off with musical theater. That's really how I got into like just getting comfortable on stage. Like, I went to Cardinal Spellman High School, and we have the Cardinal Players, which does a musical every year. And when I realized how much the stage felt like home, I was like, okay, I'm never leaving the stage. I'm gonna like perform forever. And it just gave me so much confidence, but it gave me like social skills. It gave me leadership skills. It gave me like so many skills that when I would take on additional jobs, like let's say being like a teaching artist or working in hospitality and eventually becoming like an event producer, it's like, okay, I've learned all this because I was a performer first.
I love that too, because I'm also like, my background was being a creative performer, and I think it definitely applies to so many other things that we want to do.
You could do anything.
Anything, right. So we're telling people, get out there, perform, get on the stage.
Yeah,
It's
hop on
so
the stage. And then it's smooth sailing from there. But
Yeah.
yeah, seriously, yeah, it just gives you so many skills that just people don't even think of. But
right.
Yeah,
And with
so
that
good.
as well, I know obviously then you created Uptown Melody, premiered in 2021.
Yes.
What was the inspo behind taking what you knew and applying it into that?
Yeah. Oh man. So it all starts actually in 2020. So when we were in quarantine, like I said earlier, like to me, like the stage is home. So when we were in quarantine and the stage was taken away, I was just like, okay, like how am I gonna survive? Like, I still need to sing, I still need to perform. So I ended up creating an IG Live series called Midweek Melody with Ayanna the Singer. And I would hop on my IG Live every Wednesday. I would do like a 20-minute set. I would have like my candle, crystals. I'd be set up in my living room,
The whole
just
vibes.
just to create this positive, healing, motivational energy. And 2021, people started getting more comfortable, you know, being in spaces. I was blessed to connect with the Boogie Down Grind Cafe, and they gave me the opportunity to curate events. And I changed the name from Midweek Melody to Uptown Melody, just to acknowledge that like it wasn't just me, you know, it was all the creatives I've met like over the years in the Bronx that just have blown me away. Like, whether it was their vocal talent, their photography skills, their dance skills, whatever, I wanted to create a space for them. Because being a performer in the Bronx, you know, before, like I would have to go to Manhattan, Brooklyn, I would have to like travel
Yeah.
outward to find more like open mic opportunities, showcase opportunities and stuff like that. So I just wanted to create that space here in the community. And almost 3 years later, we've done a lot of that.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank
I mean,
you.
and I
Yeah,
know you
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
this June is another anniversary of that commitment as
year
well.
3. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so exciting.
It's
Yeah.
an exciting time for sure. I know with that as well, something that I saw or was reading about in your bio was that these events specifically connect creatives with lovers of creativity in the
Yes.
Bronx. How
Yeah.
has that impact been? What has been the reception of you seeing
Oh
people have
man, I
these?
could get emotional talking about it. It's been such a beautiful, positive impact, and it's had a great impact on me and an impact on the attendees in the sense of like sometimes I could be a perfectionist, you know, I'm a Virgo rising, can't help it. But sometimes I'll do an event and I'm so like focused on like the mini details, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, the sound and this didn't happen. But then like people would come up to me at the end of an event or they would hit me up the next day like, I needed to come out to this. I needed to be here. I was having such a like terrible day and this made me feel so much better. So it's just like having that impact, you know, for the lovers of creativity, right? And then for the creatives, you know, I've had people share with me that have been blessed to be on the Uptown Melody stage multiple times where it's just like this really helped motivate me get back on track with performing. This gave me the courage. This gave me the confidence to keep going. And you hear stuff like that and it's just like, okay, like I realized from the jump, like Uptown Melody is bigger than me. Like I believe it's a seed planted by my higher power and I'm just like here to like execute the vision and just bring people along the way because the vision is big. You know?
As it should be.
And yeah,
right?
as it should be. And I've been blessed to attract an amazing team along the way too. But yeah, it has had such an amazing impact and I can't wait for it to just continue,
Yeah.
you know, touching people's lives in many different ways.
Now, of course, you are doing that with Uptown Melody, you know, connecting with people, reaching out to people. It's touching so many people. But there are some dates coming up as well where people can get into the
Yeah,
Uptown
a lot
Melody
of opportunities.
vibes. Yes.
A lot of opportunities.
Walk me
in
through some of
April.
them. Yeah.
Yes, so we are kicking off April at the Bronx Night Market. Saturday, April 6th. And what's really dope, I feel like the theme of today is like, yeah, I did that back in 2018. I was at Bronx Day 2018. But I also did my first 30-minute set in the Bronx at Bronx Night Market. So it's wild that like years later, you know, the creator of Bronx Night Market, he reached out to me. He was like, hey, would you be interested in like curating some programming? Do you still perform? Would you like to perform? All this other stuff like that. So we're gonna be there 6 to 8,
Nice.
April 6th. And I'm leading the fort with that one. I'm bringing a band. I'm gonna be singing a lot, but I'm bringing some special guests. And that's free to attend. That's at Fordham Plaza, open to the public. There's gonna be amazing food vendors there too. So that's like the first event of April.
The first.
The first of many. And then we have April 19th, which is a Friday. We're going to be back at the Bronx Brewery, another space that I love to do events at because they really connect with the community. I'm going to be collaborating with Bronx Council on the Arts to do our third Bronx Creatives Connect. And that event is really dope because we get to showcase dance teams, we showcase poets, and we showcase like live bands. So for it to be the third one already, I'm like, wow, like time is flying.
Yeah.
But also this is just like really cool and really amazing. And it's always a great event. We have like a photo booth, we have a DJ, like it's just very fun, lively, and vibrant.
Very relaxing.
Yes, yes. And then the end of April, we are bringing back one of our favorite events, Wine and Soul, which is an open mic and showcase. Yeah, we love wine, we love soul. But yeah, it's our open mic and showcase. And that event was originally created in collaboration with Tag Up Music. Shout out to Wawa Juice DJ. We collaborated on that event, but as Uptown Melody continued to grow and expand outside of that space, we decided to like move forward and bring it to a new space. So that will be at the Andrew Freeman home.
Wow, and I'm sure so many other things will be added in between.
Most
It's an
likely,
exciting
that's
time.
just life. That's my life. They're like, why don't we do this? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I always
Yeah.
check in with my team though too.
But I
Just
love
like,
that
okay.
it's all within purpose, right? It's things that
Yes.
you enjoy doing. It's obviously with
I
the
love
vision
it.
of growing Uptown Melody.
Yeah.
So that's very beautiful. Obviously, with that as well, you are behind the scenes of Uptown Melody, producing events, curating all those spaces, but you're also a performer. And I know you've released, you know, EPs in the past.
Yeah.
Can we expect more music from Ayanna
Yeah,
the singer?
I told myself, I'm like, this year we got to get back to like creating original music, recording, releasing, because when I created Uptown Melody, it really was like having a baby. Like it's just like all the attention goes to this like baby, make sure that it's growing, fed, nourished, and stuff like that. And it's sometimes, you know, it could get into self-sacrificial territory. But I told myself like, no, this year, like we're getting back to the music, and this is much later, definitely not in April, but when my birthday comes up, I want to do like a special like birthday show as well, like to release new music and just showcase what I've been working on behind the scenes.
As you should. I'm sure this journey has taken you and inspired you as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, with that as well, obviously for creators that want to start something of their own, right? Have put in the time in the background and now want to create something that they can share with the world. What is the quick advice you would give them?
Get out your head. We could really stifle our own journey because
Amazing.
we're so in here. Like, even recently, I'm like, I have to do less thinking and more moving. And what I mean by that is just sometimes I really could just become still, and then like the thought of doing the things is more overwhelming than actually completing the task. You know what I'm saying? So even like the artists, you know, that I get to mentor and train, because we do artist development workshops as well. Like, I'm always just like, have fun. Get out your head.
Such a good lesson to have.
Yeah.
And with that as well, Ayanna, thank you so much for being here, being one of our guests.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure to meet you. And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to check out Wine and Soul, Bronx Side Market, Bronx
Oh,
Creators
yeah, I want to
Connect.
see you at all three.
Thank you, Ayanna Williams, singer, songwriter, and Uptown Melody's founder and creator as well. For more of the events we discuss, head over to uptownmelody.com and on Instagram at the Uptown Melody.